It's like, is there supposed to be a fast way out of here? I don't see one. Oh, there's a treasure chest, though.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we made that turn. Okay, I'm gonna see if this exits me out, or if I can still go see Mahala. If this skips going to see Mahala, then I'm gonna...
The keep is beautiful.
Oh, okay. So there's a fast travel here then. Which means that we can fast travel over. That makes sense. Yeah. You like that? Yeah, you do? Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh. Whee! Yeah, you did the jump. Here, hang on. We have abilities and stuff. Yeah. No. We don't want to buy that. Don't do that, please.
Ingredients again.
Wait to me. You know, we were already.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk to somebody. Maybe we can try to buy some stuff too to upgrade our gear. Yeah. Though I might not bother with that. Yeah.
I still can't believe that sucker.
What happened, Adirin? Is everyone all right?
That far. I even considered supporting them. I always knew Kostya was scum, but this is too much.
There's something you must know. Your oath to Nandru was a lie.
It doesn't matter. An oath is an oath. I swore it, and so did my people. Tell me about the keep instead.
The keep and many of your people are safe.
Thank you. I cannot explain how afraid I was for my people and our home.
What?
Things cannot be the same from now on.
What option did
Not
you
after
pick?
what we've endured.
That's not what I wanted to say,
Here.
Ducky.
I once was this artifact's custodian, but I failed
Stop.
in protecting the keep. This belongs to one who has proven capable of guarding my people. I wish so much that things
Don't
had gone
want to skip
differently.
things, please. Fine?
Marius, could I speak to you?
Right. Did she just ask that? Or am I having another nightmare?
No matter what Mihala says, you know we have your back.
Good. Let's save the hugs and tears for another time. Okay, let's hear it.
I'm so glad you're safe and that you're surrounded by good people.
All right.
You can't blue.
Waiting for the butt.
There's no but waiting. That's all I wanted to say. Truly. I am genuinely happy you found friendship, Marius. You always deserved more than the world gave you. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, you've always given me more than I deserved.
That was a kind thing to say.
It was a true thing.
Okay.
Adieren.
Oh, a shield. I mean, we're not going to use a shield, so... Okay. Let me... Stop, please. No. We're gonna go set up camp. We're going to see what we can do about upgrading our gear still. Make sure nobody has anything to say. Yeah. And then we will head towards the garden.
I feel crazy saying this, but Kostya was right. We should have let Solace keep fall.
Crazy is one word for it. You really think you can just burn down someone's ancestral home?
Dearie, the keep isn't a home. It's a prison. And now the Pargrunen will never escape.
Solace is my home. I still don't get why any of you feel like you have a say in this.
But you left.
Because I chose to. Kostya doesn't get to make that decision for everybody.
If Kostya doesn't, Mihala will.
With Solace standing, those who want to leave can, and those who want to stay will have the choice.
Exactly.
The Pargrunen have always had the choice to leave, and we've seen very few take it, dear.
You saw how hard it was for Amalia and her people to leave. They were only allowed to because you found an extraordinary loophole. If anything, I imagine Mihala and her traditionalists will only make it harder to leave now.
Yeah. You're still right here, okay? I still didn't want anything to do with this choice.
As we say in Fjord,
Yeah, it's...
Stop.
Enough talking in circles. Let's save our strength for the garden. I, for one, could use a long rest.
Yeah.
And I'm betting the envoy could, too.
Yeah. Kitty's in the window. Rest up, we'll talk later.
Right. Looking forward to it.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to Marius. I still need Marius' training, I think.
You're probably here to see how
Maybe?
I'm doing, yeah?
Or did I get his training? I don't
Well,
even know
I'm
if I got his
doing
training
great.
already.
I always knew my home would destroy
Yeah.
itself from within. I just never thought I'd get a chance to stop it.
You did well in Solace.
Right. If you get any more sappy, I'll think you've turned into a tree. But enough of that. You have a lot to do. And I'm right behind you. Right. Changing the subject?
Still nothing. Maybe I
if I
did it and I
must.
forgot.
Envoy? Blacked out at that Audra and the lava tubes beneath Solace. But it seemed different somehow.
I spoke to the spirit of Nandru, actually.
Right. I actually believe you. This is madness, Envoy. You spoke to the founder of Solace.
He suggested that I kill Sabadell, actually.
Well, that's not what I was expecting. People in Solace always claim they're speaking the word of Nandru. And here you are, actually hearing from the man. Doesn't even really matter what he said, if you ask me. There are hundreds of Pargrunen who'd give anything to hear Nandru's voice. Blessed stay impressive is what that is. Envoy, what do you need? Thanks for talking.
I must admit, I had my doubts about Solace. It was like a dungeon, except the wardens were the prisoners. You could have helped Kostya destroy the keep, but you left it standing. Why?
The wardens should decide for themselves whether or not to leave.
I agree.
Hey,
A
don't do
decision
that!
like this belongs to the community, not the ambitions of one man. Even if Solace isn't going
No,
anywhere,
do not hit that,
I
please.
think your arrival was a sign of changes to come. Wherever you go, you break people out of their habits. You banish
Cocoa
the
Bear?
old ways.
You dropped it. I will pick it back up. There. You can have this. No, you can have... You can have this. I didn't come here to upend anyone's way of life.
Fate doesn't ask us what we want.
Yes,
Wherever
flashlight.
that power comes from, whether it's your heritage or political status, it's a terrible burden.
I said
I
stop.
don't envy you, but at least you keep things interesting.
No.
Not before I've done some reading.
Oh, and she still has more to say.
Let me get this straight. You spoke to the spirit of Nandru, a godlike, same as you. What did he say? Any advice? Any words of encouragement?
He told me to... nothing worth repeating.
Bad news, I take it. I should have seen this coming. Never listen to the dead. They're cynical, full of regret, and determined to make us all miserable. Thankfully, you're still alive. Fate is in your hands.
There's no reason I can't have a better relationship with Sapadal than he did.
See? The future is looking brighter already. No one is closer to Sapadal than you are. Nandru lost
Hey,
the
you wanna
privilege
go?
when he died, which means you alone can judge the god of the living lands. Your opinion is the one that counts.
Okay. Sapadal has suffered too. I can't blame them for acting irrationally.
A caged animal lashes out at friend and foe alike. For what it's worth, I think you're going to be fine. No matter what you do about Sapadal, it can't get any worse. I wish I could say the same for the living lands. If I must.
I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the living lands is incompetent. Truly. Is there no vetting process? Hopefully those in Solace Keep will choose their leaders with more care in the future. But we should check on Marius. I'll make him some soothing perfume, but I think a few words from you would help too.
I've already spoken with him.
Lovely. Another point in your favor, Envoy. I do not envy the Pargrunen in any case. Meeting that council gave me a new appreciation for Vidaro.
Do you think that Fiora could devolve like Solace Keep did?
There's always a way for things to get worse, dearie. I wouldn't be surprised. We're losing focus on the important things. Things like the garden.
You're the one that brought this topic
Come on,
up.
Envoy, let's get going. How can I help, darling?
Now that we've met them, what do you think of the Solace Council?
I'm starting to suspect that every single leader in the living lands is incompetent. Truly. Is there... Hopefully the... But...
Just did this.
Lovely. I do not end meeting that... There's
This
always...
is the one we just did.
Oh, come on. How can I...
That's weird.
Don't let the bed bugs bite, dearie.
Okay. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. Oh, you want to wear your helmet? There you go, little astronaut. There you go. All right. Okay, so mostly I need glass wood, but... Mm-hmm.
One moment.
Wait, could I have gotten this by that from there? Okay, well that's something I'm gonna have to try in another playthrough.
Closer. We have waited so long.
Yeah.
Huh. This is it, I guess. Feels very different from the last time I left Galawain's tusks. I will say, it's nice to look out and see Solace still standing. Thanks for that.
Alright, 1 second, guys. Mux's appointment just finished. I'm just sending him a message. Ooh, we got the one for doing all the dungeons. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. It's semi-important because we're kind of on a timeline with some of the paperwork stuff that I'm trying to handle for him, so... Kostya had no right to make that decision for everyone.
Right. It's better that an Adiran envoy do it.
Solace is still standing. And so are you. We're in this together.
Just so you know, Kai, it's starting to sound like you like me.
If you happen to need a reminder, do let us know. Brooding in silence can be quite the mood killer.
Not to spoil the moment with good news, but I doubt the rest of the island has been quiet while we've been looking for the garden. Things have only gotten more tense since Fior, and the Steel Garrote probably hasn't been doing us any favors on that front.
Especially when they're led by a woman who doesn't seem interested in staying dead. Not to mention, after we take care of the Envoy's little god problem, we'll still have an empire bearing down on us.
Alright. Maybe curing the Dream Scourge will cure the island's insanity.
We should be so lucky.
Can't say I'm too excited about just walking into the garden. I grew up learning I needed to protect that place, but it never felt like more than a children's tale to me.
Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna turn on Fall Guys on Mox's computer for the kid.
Corruption.
He just likes to run around, and like he often doesn't even actually play. But yeah, I'm gonna start the game for you. You want to play the game? All right. Yeah, you can play. I was saying, Mux should be home soon-ish as well.
Am I the only one who's looking forward to the garden? We're pioneers, stepping into the great unknown.
God, I gotta clean so much later.
Mystery.
Once
We
I'm
have
done.
to remember to love them in spite of their lack of proper enthusiasm, dearie.
Good point. We'll be the first to enter the garden in ages.
Can you imagine? An untouched spiritual wilderness just waiting for us. I have a theory about the garden. Or a warning, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
Sapadal has been imprisoned a long time. The garden will be a reflection of their dreams, their nightmares, their madness.
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised
you
if
did
we saw
it.
visions or hallucinations, and not even the fun kind.
At least we get to meet Sapadal in person.
About that, before we go any further, I have to ask you something. You told the Inquisitor that you intend to free Sapadal, set them loose upon the world. Is that still the plan?
Oh. Sapadal deserves their freedom.
Everyone deserves freedom.
I could make an exception for a god with the power to destroy us all in a tantrum.
Sapadal is responsible for the spiritual health of the living lands, and the island has suffered for it. No matter what the Inquisitor said, I don't believe there's a right or wrong choice to make here. Just the one you believe in.
It doesn't make the choice any easier.
Good. Who said it has to be? Remember, we're stepping into a realm that is both physical and spiritual in nature. If you can call it nature. There's no telling how
Can I
long
talk to
we'll
Daddy?
be gone. For
He'll be
all
home
we know,
soon, okay?
Time could run backwards in the garden.
Does anyone feel like turning back? This may take a while.
Not a chance. We're a crew now, so you're stuck with me until the end.
I might take
Marius.
Kai back and
I
as
told
well
you I'd
as
be with you till
Yasli.
the end. I don't go back on my promises. What about you, Giada?
You're not going into the garden without me. I have to see this with my own eyes. Yatsli, if you feel like running back to Quilichi, now would be the time. No one would think less of you.
In other words, point of no
tell
return.
Quilichi that I missed out on the most exciting part.
All right then, we're in this together.
Fair weather or
Yeah, go
foul.
run around.
I plan on wandering the garden whether I'm traveling with you or not. I have to find out what the big deal is.
Agreed. I'm not waiting in camp while the rest of you have all the fun. Hope to see you out there, Marius.
Well, let's go then. We can't keep your god waiting.
Envoy, what do you need? Not before I've done some reading.
So,
Okay.
this is it. The spiritual epicenter of the living lands. Where it all began, and where it all ends. For so long I have looked out on a horizon full of possibilities. Now that it's here, I'm too scared to breathe. Ugh, why am I so anxious?
Because we're about to do something incredible.
I suppose you're right. I'm frightened, I'm excited. I'm a lot of things right now. Do you remember when Manto Pastor sent you after the heart of an Adragan?
You're welcome for that, by the way.
It feels like only yesterday you were running errands for me. We've come a long way. We are standing in the beating heart of the living lands. Just imagine what we can do with it.
That sort of thinking got your parents killed.
I know. They didn't understand the forces at play. At least I have a better idea of what I'm up against. My parents were going to build a better world for Animancers. That dream was their legacy to me. You and I have come farther than they did. To an impossible place where anything can happen. Anything.
You get to decide what to do with your life. The past has no say in the matter. I was gonna say, it's like, especially like now that I'm a kid of my own, it's like, you can't expect your kids to fulfill your life dreams. Like, that's just kind of BS.
I'll try to remember that. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going to happen, but you've had my back since the beginning. I won't forget it.
Okay.
Who could rest at a time like this?
Okay, I don't think I had anything else. I mean, I guess I might as well. Okay, screw it. You know what? Okay. Save, and then I'm gonna try breaking down everything that we don't need. And just see what happens. See what I can make. Like, this could not be not bad. I'm not gonna do the unique. We'll do that. Yes. Oh, I can't even make anything. Okay, so maybe I can still do these just because I found them at some point. That's kind of nice. There we go. Alright, let's go. I think I'm gonna take high, though. No, I'll keep Marius. Why did you exit the game? Yeah.
Not going this way. Or maybe we are.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to let you play. What? Magfog Orison 1. Life is a prayer. God function defines the good prayer, and we pray it with our heart holy genocide. Now, says God function, destroy the insisted ones. Puncture the cyst of their successionist Adra. Smother their children, for they are without soul. Slaughter their livestock, for they are without soul. Turn them out from their dwellings and make a census of them, to pray to God function, so that God will know the extirpation of the insisted ones is complete. Of them, Abaddon says, nothing can be made of that which is hoarded, so punish the hoarder. Of them, Barath says, they are not upon the wheel, so they do not live or die. They are as inert as stone. Of them, Aothas says, there is no hope for them, as they are enthralled by the hopeless, so deliver hope unto them. Of them, Galawain says, hunt them down, even to the last child, as the predator hunts even unto the prey nest. Of them, Hylia says, among them neither chick nor child is born with a soul, so there is no birth among them. Go make a bloody birth of them. Of them, Magran says, make war on them. Of them, Ondra says, strike away all memory as the tide strikes the shape from the sand. Of them, Remergond howls. Of them, Skane says, make an effigy of them, disfigure them until their effacement is complete. Of them, Wales says, all of the strangeness of the alien among them shall be mine. There is no stranger thing in the world, and I shall have it for my own. Of them, Wodica says, make an oath of their utter annihilation. This is God function, which is the topmost cameral of our mind. Well, then. Yeah. Letter from Tane. Dear Lengraf, I made it to the garden somehow. The last thing I remember is getting lost, stumbling through the woods past a volcano, and now here I am. Then again, maybe it was all a dream. Maybe this is a dream too. What else is new? The plants are a nice touch, but a bit too humanoid? They'd fit right in at the halls obscured. A little greenery to brighten up the enclosures. He's got some paper. Anyway, I believe this marks the end of my sightseeing tour of the Living Lands. Not a moment too soon. I miss the comforts of home. Now how do I leave? Oh well, I'll figure something out. I always do. Wink. Your friend, Tane the Archmage, author of Tane's Chaotic Orb. Yes, I'm leaving this here for you, or a future version of you, to find someday. Take care. See you at the next meeting of the Circle. I'll save you a seat next to me at the big table. Ah. I did not mean to put that one. I saw the ice on too. There we go. That's not what I want there either. I want...
Behind you!
Sorry. Oh, I thought he was down.
On your left, dear.
What's that rock?
Quit moving!
No, be unsafe!
Heal yourself!
Oh, ow.
What's that rock? Behind it!
Hold!
Ow, that was
Take a
unexpected.
moment, people.
Right. How did I know I'd be jumping into a giant pool of water today?
Life is a prayer. Of the insisted ones we made a holy slaughter. The young we smothered with our hand. Of the oldest we made fires, we rendered them down into fuel to clear the insisted growth. From some we removed the hands, from others the feet, from others the features, all of which we gathered in heaps, which drew the insisted wildlife to feed. Into these heaps we set poison. Of their several heads we made pyramids, 10 heads to a side, and the count of heads in each pyramid was 385. Of these pyramids there were counted 7,707. We spared those who could run with vigor so they would lead us to other dwellings of the insisted. We made it known that mercy could be purchased by tribute, so that the insisted would gather together their livestock, their wine, and wealth to present to us. The first 10 of these tributes we accepted and gave mercy. Then after the 11th tribute, we began to kill all those who assembled. In this way we made them gather themselves to be taken census and killed. In this way we approached God through prayer. Good God. Like... Wow. I'm still wondering if there's a area in the frozen area. I don't think we went anywhere with ice yet. Apparently I missed a plant, but...
Free to you.
That's done.
There we go. Ah, I see it. Okay, what's the Windwalker? Well, that's pretty cool. I love those little things. They're so cute. Yeah. Just be careful, okay? Okay, let's go here just so that we can... I might be able to upgrade something too because we found just the flat out stuff.
Envoy, what do you need?
But you said that he had something to say.
Let's make sure they're not listening. Who do you want to talk about? Right. Figured as much. You too. Envoy, what do you need? Let's make who do you want to talk about? Giada's a mystery.
Okay.
Animanthers, most of them would just as soon turn your soul
Yes,
into jewelry as look at you.
yes.
She's smart, thoughtful, and she's got a... So, yeah, I don't understand her. Pleasant dreams. Envoy,
Okay.
what do you need? You already asked about Giada. I don't know. Things have changed a bit, I guess. She's not so bad. I mean, she's loud and impulsive and always trying to get herself killed, and she keeps saying things to get a rise out of me, Envoy. But, joke's on her. No one's gotten a rise out of me in years. But other than that, we can get along. She can be sweet, too. When she's not introducing me to a new word for my oak and acorns. Until next time. Envoy, what do you need? Let's make the only one we haven't talked about. I don't know. Things have changed. She's
We
not
did,
so
though.
bad. She keeps saying, but pleasant dreams.
I heard you were stationed in the
Okay.
When you find Sapadal,
There's something beautiful amidst this chaos.
and you've got to enjoy it where you can find it. Besides, as divine prisons go, I can imagine much worse.
That's true.
Though, maybe don't mention that to Sapadal when you meet them. No one likes being told they don't have it that bad. And from what you've shared, Sapadal doesn't exactly seem even-keeled.
Sapadal and I talked about compassion and forgiveness. I believe they can change for the better. Who would be? They've been imprisoned here for centuries at least.
I don't think anyone would handle that well. And what does that leave us with? A god who's been locked away and driven half-mad in isolation. Maybe it doesn't seem fair to punish Sapadal further.
Yeah.
But it's worse to gamble every life in the living lands on the hope that Sapadal's done some real self-improvement.
You have a sandwich if you're hungry. Or you can eat some of these Cheerios you spilled everywhere. Knowing you, I'm surprised you're not in favor of giving Sapadal a second chance.
You know, if Sapadal were only a smuggler, assassin, or bandit,
You
I'd
don't
be
need
right
any
there
more
with
fruit.
you. But knowing they could
There's a
end us
sandwich
all
right
with a
there.
temper tantrum puts things in perspective. I guess
Or
we've all got our
Cheerios.
limits. I don't envy
You've had a
you
lot of
having to
fruit
deal
and
with the
sugar
loose
today.
cannon of a god. But I envy even less the mess you're going to have if, when, we escape this place.
Dealing with Sapadal won't diffuse the political tensions.
Lucky thing your emperor sent his best representative as his envoy, right? You'll have your work cut out for you.
What do you want in here? No, you're not getting marshmallow. Hey! Go get Cocoa Bear. Can you go pick up Cocoa Bear, please? Yes, go get him. Yeah.
You may have averted the attack on Fjord, but this is
Go get
one
Cocoa Bear,
situation
please.
where it's the thought
Yes.
that counts. And yeah, I know that's on the Steel Garrote, but it's not lost
No.
on anyone that your people despise animancy. Not when Heelgard banned the practice in Paradise.
I'll just say I see your...
Oh, I wish I were finished. You helped Ludwig destroy Nakukubel. And while most people don't give a tarnished skate for godless ruins, they'll see that as a powerful demonstration of siege weaponry.
Again, Steel Garrote.
Again, people won't see a difference, not when your groups have been working so closely. And then there's Solace. You might have saved the keep, but no one's going to talk about the disaster that didn't happen. They're going to talk about why Mount Forja erupted after all this time.
It's a volcano.
You'd be surprised where people can find blame when they're spun up. And it looks real bad when a Steel Garrote force just so happened to be there when it went down. Fairly or not, a lot of blame's gonna be laid at Adir's door.
My
And if I
God,
had to
it is
guess,
really hot in
I
here
don't think
right
Heelgard's
now.
been helping matters while you've been out here. If and when we get out of here, we're walking into a powder keg. And you'll have to choose a side. That's the part I don't envy.
I was sent to stop a plague, not prosecute a war.
Yeah, those were your orders. And if you make it back, you'll be the godlike Adiran who survived an assassination, treated with local leaders, faced a god, and stopped the Dream Scourge. That's a powerful symbol indeed.
I refuse to be party to a conquest.
I admire your principles, but don't underestimate what they could demand of you. Look, I've been there. I fought for Rauatai's interest in the Deadfire for longer than I like to admit. And lost my stomach for it eventually. That's how I wound up here. But I will tell you now, I never could have fought my own brothers and sisters. I hope that's not what it comes down to. But I'll understand if that's a line you can't cross. I don't mean to burden you. It's late, and you've still got a god to face. Just know that whatever you choose, I'll fight alongside you. I'm with you to the end of this.
Thanks, Kai.
Anytime. Good night, Envoy.
Kai,
Envoy, what do you need?
Yeah, I don't know why he says he has something to
If I
say
must.
when nothing's gonna...
good. Now, as I was saying,
Woot! It's fully upgraded! And I only have one more on the wand. And one more on the grimoire.
Kai, darling,
Milady.
Will you stop that?
A breath held. Trepidation. You are close, yet distant still.
Alright guys, give me a second. I'm gonna take a short break and I'll be right back.